was here about 1 week ago with some friends hunting small game, and the whole time we kept running into pigs. I actually did take a shot at one, but I missed. But I'm back now, and I'm much better prepared for big game. It's a pretty cold morning in the low 40s, and it's only gonna get colder. I'll be camping and hunting out here for 3 days. But first things first, we gotta get to our hunting spot. Now all I have to do is find the spot where I saw those pigs last time I was here in the dark. Shouldn't be hard at all. There's a bunch of deer. It's like 5. There's like 5 deer. Been sitting out here a couple hours now. I saw a pig in the distance, but he didn't get close enough for a shot. And I also saw, which I was not expecting, a bunch of deer. At least 4, maybe 5. We can only shoot bucks right now. But I did spook them. I think they caught my scent. And they took off once they got within like 30 yards. But either way, I couldn't have shot them today because I've got just a 22. So I couldn't have taken an ethical shot on a deer, or a legal shot for that matter. All right, so I've decided I am not gonna break any more of these logs down into smaller pieces. I'm just gonna keep them solid, and as I'm burning my fire, I'm gonna move them in as I need to. All right, so let's do a quick walkthrough of camp. I got my firewood over there. Got a nice little fire area right here. And then I've got my tent set up right here. It's gonna get pretty cold tonight, so I've got my cot, I've got a wool blanket, and I've got my 0-degree sleeping bag with a little blow-up pillow right there. But I think this is gonna be a cozy little setup for the night. This is the same setup I used when it got into the 20s last year when it snowed and I came here, so I think I'll be fine today. And tomorrow it's only gonna be like 30 degrees this time. The temperature is actually really starting to drop. It's already getting into the 40s and it's going to go down to the 30s tonight, and the wind is picking up like crazy. I'm actually kind of curious what you guys think if you're more experienced of a hunter. Is it good for the temperature to be cooler, and is it good for it to be this windy when you're hunting? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm very, very curious because it was very windy this morning too, and that's when those deer, I mean, they must have smelled me. There's no way they saw me. So I think they sniffed me out, and I'm wondering if that's due to how crazy the wind was. But anyway, guys, like I said, camp is set and we're slowly approaching my afternoon hunt. It's pretty much time for me to head back out into the woods. I found a spot that's a lot better than the one we started off in this morning. The one we started off in this morning, I was trying to find the OG spot where I saw those pigs on the other trip I came out on before this one, but I could not find it in the dark. Well, after I sat out for a couple hours this morning, I did go and find the original spot where we saw those pigs on the last trip. I've got it marked on my Garmin GPS coordinates. I'm gonna beeline it straight there, get set up well before sundown, and hopefully we see some pigs, and hopefully we get one. Are you wondering why I bought a boat, made a video about it, and all the awesome adventures I was gonna go on in it, and then proceeded to do none of that? Well, yeah, that's because the boat is broken. Yeah, it broke. So it's in the shop now, hopefully getting fixed. Who knows, it's taking forever, but life sucks. Let's get back to the video. Looks like we'll have no boat videos for a while. All right, well, I found the exact spot where I saw those pigs last time I was here. And I'm posted up right up on a tree. I've got my book sack right here so that I can rest my gun on it if I need to take a shot. So I don't have to freehand it. It's about 1:30, so we got a long wait to see if something comes, but I've got a nice open area in front of me. It's got not a lot of trees, but there's tall grass. And I think that those pigs like that. They feel safer in that grass. This is exactly where I saw them last time. So we're just gonna sit here for a couple hours and hopefully we see something. Something behind me. Something big's behind me. So I heard like a really loud thrashing behind me, coming up from right directly behind me. And it was so loud, I thought it was either a pig, a deer, or maybe even just another hunter. And finally I slowly got up to try to get a shot if it was a hog or something. It was a flock of freaking blackbirds, man, just like digging around in the leaves. I never would have guessed birds could be that loud. But anyway, false alarm. All right, it's getting really close to dark right now. The sun's going down quick. We got maybe 15, 20 minutes left of daylight. I haven't seen anything yet other than birds, which y'all could probably hear in the background. The birds here are just going absolutely crazy. They're so loud. It's a bunch of red-winged blackbirds, and they're just digging around, rummaging through the leaves, making a ruckus. They're so loud. But I'm gonna sit out here until it's fully dark. Hopefully I see something. If not, I'll see you guys back at camp. And for dinner tonight, we're going to be having rainbow trout. So once a year, the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries goes around all the local ponds and they stock them with rainbow trout. And it's kind of been a yearly tradition of mine to go out, catch a couple, and eat them with my wife. And now it's becoming a tradition to bring them camping and eat them out in the woods. And that's what we're going to do today. We've got garlic butter rainbow trout going on the grill soon. Can't wait to eat them. I'm starving. I've been in the woods all day. Oh, and also, if you hear like a droning, buzzing noise in the background, hopefully I can edit it out, but if I can't, I sincerely apologize. There's this one dude over here in this primitive campsite who decided to bring an RV, and not only did he bring an RV, but he's running a generator in it, and he's been running it non-stop 24/7 since I got here. The dude must have Starlink. He must be playing Call of Duty or something in there. I don't know what he's doing. I haven't seen him yet. He's just running that generator non-stop, kind of killing the vibe. Like I said, hopefully I can edit it out, but if not, hey, sometimes this kind of stuff happens. We need more wild places where there's not a ton of people. This is kind of one of the unfortunate realities of living in Louisiana. This fish is absolutely fall off the bone delicious. You've got this garlic butter sauce with fresh onions. Trying to play my guitar more, but I spend almost all of my free time filming and editing these videos, and I am slowly finding that this, like filming, being out in nature, hunting, fishing, editing, making these YouTube videos, this is my true passion. Guitar is a passion, but I think I finally found like my one true, like, kind of dive in, leave everything else behind hobby. But I have still been wanting to practice guitar and get better when I have time, but I haven't had time. And so I decided I would bring it with me this time and play it while I'm out here. This is the only guitar I have that I would trust out here in the bush. For you guys who do play guitar, it's a Martin, but it's not a very expensive Martin as far as Martins are concerned. It's really like travel sized. I've had a lot of adventures with this guitar, some good times, auditioned for The Voice, played music with my friends. So it's just a good little beater guitar. I'm not too worried if it gets damaged. Doesn't sound too great. I need to get it tuned up. It's a little buzzy, and I don't sound too good, but yeah. Just wanted to share a little bit of, like, I don't know, a little bit more about me with you guys besides just hunting and fishing and camping. And of course, I can't play any of the songs I know for you guys because I would get demonetized. I'm in bed. I'm in my sleeping bag. It's going to be a really, really cold night and a really cold morning. I'm not looking forward to getting out of bed at about 4 a.m. tomorrow, but we're going to do it. The plan is to wake up super early and get back out to that spot so we can be there as the sun comes up. I'm actually pretty warm so far, just gotten into bed, but we'll see how the night goes. We're supposed to have a really, really cold morning. I can't wait to wake up and see what kind of stuff we encounter. Well, good morning, guys. It's absolutely freezing, and I've got some hot water and some instant coffee, so we're gonna go ahead and add that together and try to warm up a little bit. I actually slept really, really good with how cold it was. I didn't get too freezing. The only part of me that got cold, which is kind of the usual for me, is my head. Even though I had a beanie on, my head still got pretty cool. So I need to figure out some kind of solution for that, because it was enough to disturb me, to keep me up a little bit more than I would have liked. But overall, good night's sleep. I'm gonna drink this hot coffee, relax a little bit by the fire, and let's see. Got about 20 minutes before I need to get my gear ready to go. I've already got my hunting clothes on only because they're warmer. But I got about 20 minutes to get the rest of my gear ready and get out to the spot. So hurry up and drink this coffee and we'll get out there. All right, I made it out here. It's about 15 minutes before first light. I'm sitting here waiting for it to get daylight. Hopefully we see something. I'm actually pretty hot now. I started sweating walking through the woods. But I know it's gonna get cool as I sit, so I'll let y'all know if I see anything. Well, I heard something pretty big, scary close, to be kind of honest with you guys, but it was in the dark. It was before daylight, so I couldn't see it, couldn't tell what it was. Other than that, I've been sitting out here for 3-4 hours now. Just haven't seen anything at all but birds once again. I will say hunting is a lot harder than fishing, in my opinion. If you hunt and you watch this video, you're probably laughing at me for saying that because it's probably obvious, but it's something I'm definitely coming to realize. It's a lot more difficult. It's a lot more grueling on your body. I don't know if you guys feel similar, but I get a lot less frustrated and disappointed when I hunt and don't succeed versus fishing. When I fish, if I go fishing and I don't catch fish, not all the time, but there's days when I come home pissed off. You know, that's why, you know, angry angler. But that has not happened to me yet with hunting. I haven't found myself getting angry at my lack of success. Definitely want to get more and more into hunting, and I hope to hone my skills and get more successful with hunting the more I do it. So right now I've only had one successful hunt, and that was with small game. I'm also talking like I failed yet. I still have like a whole other day and a half to be hunting out here, so we may yet get something. And on that note, guys, we're gonna head back to camp, and I've actually got something planned that is gonna make things a lot more interesting for the remainder of this trip. So all day yesterday and for this morning, we were hunting with this 22, which you can legally take hogs with here in Louisiana. But starting today and for the rest of the trip, we're actually gonna switch over to this AR-15. This AR-15 is gonna make us a lot more deadly, and it will also allow us to shoot deer if we see more on this trip, and we have seen some already. All we have to do though is sight it in. And if you're wondering why I haven't sighted it in yet, it's because it's pretty new, and yesterday was the only day that the range nearby wasn't open. So we are gonna head there now, sight this AR-15 in, and we'll be ready to go for this afternoon, and we'll be using this for the remainder of the trip. Let's see, gonna need that, gonna need that, definitely gonna need that, and we'll probably need that. All right, so I need to go up and to the left. So we got the AR sighted in at 50 yards. I would have liked to have gotten a little bit tighter of a grouping, but I actually ran out of ammo. I've got 3 bullets left for hunting, but I'm not too worried about it. We sighted it in at 50 yards, and I highly doubt we're gonna shoot anything even at that range where we're hunting. Most of our shots are probably gonna be in the 15 to 30 range. Now we're gonna be a lot more dangerous than when we were using that 22. And now also, we're gonna be able to shoot deer. So I really need to start thinking about a game plan for my morning hunt and my hunt this afternoon, because we did see deer in that first spot on the first day where we went, kind of ended up by accident. But ever since then, we've been going to the pig spot and we haven't seen anything. So I'm really torn. I don't know, guys. Should I keep going to the spot where I know I saw pigs, or should I go to the spot where I know I saw deer? It's gonna be a tough call to make, but for now, I'm just gonna head back to camp, chill, make some food, and just relax until my afternoon hunt. Well, I'm back at camp, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and make some steak fajitas for lunch. I was gonna save them for if I killed a pig, and I was gonna compare them, but I'll remember. I can eat them now, and if I kill a pig, I'll remember. How are y'all doing?
Doing all right?
I'm good. I'll be better if I can get a pig later, but
You seen any yet?
I saw some deer. There's like 5 of them. It was really dark, and they smelled me.
Right now.
Yeah.
You couldn't use a crossbow enough, you handicapped. So I should have fell in that category. Ain't my fault I got a short pecker. But
handicap.
well, but you know what? Hey, you'll have a blast doing that. They have what they call a shark road.
We were talking about, yeah, but it's on this side of the river.
Well, y'all didn't get to see me eat my fajitas, but I made some friends. They were giving me tips on how to find deer in the area, which is really nice of them, and I got to meet their dog and just share some stories. So it's always fun to meet new people. I'm out of fajitas now, but I got 1 piece of steak left, so they're very good. So one of those fellow campers that I was talking to, he said he is 75 years old, and he's been hunting this area since he was a kid. So I asked him, I was like, hey, I'm new to deer hunting and hog hunting. You got any tips for me? What do I need to know to get started, basically, is kind of what I asked him. And the first thing he told me was to look for feed trees like acorns, and I knew that. And then the next thing he told me was that you can listen for squirrels, or if you see squirrels, usually you're near a feed tree, and I also knew that. But then he told me something that I did not know at all. He said that if you can't find squirrels, if you can't hear them, if you can't see them, and if you can't find feed trees, he said listen for crows. He said crows will also go and find feed trees like acorns and eat them, and they will usually call to each other quite a bit when they find them. So that's a
You know, Angry Angler tip of the day. If you need to find a feed tree in the woods, listen for crows. That's new information for me, and yeah, I just thought that was really cool. Like, we were just sitting there talking. I offered them some fajitas. They offered me a beer. Just always cool meeting people who are interested in the same thing you are, especially when they've been doing it for so much longer.
Well, guys, I made it to my spot, but I've got some really bad news. So on the way here, I actually ran into another hunter off that way. He was making his way that way, and he told me there's another hunter this way. And so I was like, okay, that's not the best, but that can still work, because that means there's no one in front of me, right? So like, there could still be stuff not spooked out there. But then when I got here, I literally see the same guy just dead in front of me, just like 100 yards smack in front of me. That's the exact direction that those pigs would be coming from. Unfortunately, it's too late in the day. I can't really find a new spot. At least I don't think I could. This is one of those situations, guys, where I'm like, I wish I had more experience. What I think I'm gonna do though, I think I'm gonna try to move. So he said his friend is to the right of me, and he's right in front of me. I think I might try to cut left and just walk that way. We still got a little bit of time before it should be time for those animals to move, so maybe we'll get lucky. It's a really bad sign. I'm not too optimistic, but we'll see what'll happen. All right, guys, well, I found another spot. I do not feel too good about it. I'm literally surrounded by poison ivy, poison oak. But what I ended up doing is I kind of walked kind of parallel into the left of those two guys and tried to get as far away at a parallel distance from them as possible. I think my only hope is that I'm either one, really lucky, and I just landed on a good spot without doing any scouting, which is not typically how things go for me with hunting. I usually scout, find good spots, pick them, and then see stuff. And even if it's just scouting on like Google Maps, I don't expect to have too much success with just like randomly picking a spot. But like I said, we're gonna make the most of it. But right in front of me, there's some high ground, and there's some thick bramble that I had to walk through to get here, which is gonna be nothing for a pig to get through. And I often see pigs, every time I've seen them so far, they've been in that kind of grass. So that's in front of me. And then behind me, we have more of the same. And then we also have like a big open field that kind of slopes downward. So I do have the high ground behind me. And there's a big bush tree line on the other end of that field. I'm gonna shut up, get settled, try to get comfortable, try not to touch this poison ivy. And we'll see what happens, guys, but I'm not feeling too optimistic. This is not at all what I expected to happen today. I just heard a gunshot from very close by in the direction where that guy was. So, that's good for him, I guess. I think my only hope is that maybe he missed, or maybe there was a couple of whatever he was shooting at, and they spooked after he shot, and he caught my way. I just made it back to camp and got my fire going. I did not see anything at all out there.
as expected, unfortunately. I'm sure that other hunter and his friend probably spooked everything, especially once they took a shot at whatever they took a shot at. But what this is telling me is that I need to start putting my boat to work and using my boat to get to some more remote places. And I honestly probably should have just done that here. There's even places in this area where I could use my boat to get to more remote areas and potentially have better luck. So I should have tried that, but that's just information for next time. With tomorrow morning being my final hunt, the pressure is really on for me to find something and get a kill. I wish I could say I was feeling optimistic, but after running into that hunter and not really having another spot scoped out, I'm not feeling too optimistic about tomorrow. I still got my fingers crossed. I still think anything could happen because the other 2 times we ran into pigs and those deer on the first day, it was completely unexpected. We're going to give it all we got and really, really hope that something happens. Quick little peek of the back of the Civic. All the gear I have packed back here. It's mostly food in the ice chest and water and then cooking stuff. So I want to take a look at what else we got to eat or what we have left. Yeah, check out that ice chest, guys. Almost 3 days and it's not even melted. I mean, there's no water. That's crazy. This isn't an ad for this ice chest. I just happened to get this ice chest for the boat, but that's incredible. But what do we have left? So we have these sausages. Definitely gonna have that. And we got ramen. Definitely gonna have that. The final morning's done and I didn't see a thing. Pretty much the only thing different about this hunt than all the others was that it was a little bit colder. It actually froze over last night. There was a little bit of ice on the ground. I was really looking forward to a freezer full of meat, and I did have high hopes coming out here after all the pigs we saw on the last trip and the deer we saw on the first day. If you're new to this like I am, or maybe you're just interested in giving it a try, do not let my lack of success dissuade you from getting out here. For me, there's just something about the solitude of being out here and the limited sources of comfort that really just keeps me coming back. And I think for me at least, that's even more important than hunting or actually getting a kill. And I think it's probably the same for most people. And it's still worth it to come out here. It's still worth it to just get away and do something honestly difficult that most people don't do. Having to get up at 4 in the morning in the freezing cold when your fingers are numb and restart the fire, but the coals have gone out, so you have to start a whole new fire. I'm sure those of you watching who do this kind of stuff regularly know exactly what it's like to hunt an area for days and to leave completely empty-handed. But I think that's the norm. I think that's how it is. I think that's how it's supposed to be. But obviously you do still want to get something. Anyway guys, thank you so much for being out here with me on this trip. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you all on the next video. It's kind of goofy when you think about the process of filming that shot.